In order to draw the Lewis dot structure of N2O4 dinitrogen tetroxide, we need to find the valence electrons of the atoms present in this molecule. So the electronic configuration of nitrogen is 2s2, 2p3. The orbital diagrams for 2s and 2p are respectively these two. And in 2s, you've got 2 electrons, but in 2p, you've got 3 electrons. 1, 2, 3. In 2p, you've got 3 orbitals, 3. These boxes represent the orbitals, right? So you've got 3 unpaired electrons in nitrogen, 1, 2, 3. 3 unpaired electrons, which means that nitrogen will be able to make 3 covalent bonds. Nitrogen can make a maximum of 4 bonds, in which the 4th bond will be a coordinate bond. But these 3 bonds will be covalent bonds. I'll explain that in a little bit. So now coming to the electronic configuration of oxygen, its electronic configuration is 2s2, 2p4. In 2s, you've got 2 electrons similar as nitrogen, but in 2p, you've got 4 electrons now. So you've got 2 unpaired electrons left, which means oxygen will make 2 covalent bonds. Now let's get into the structural part, and we'll also be talking about the covalent bond I was talking about, right? You've got 2 nitrogens, and they had 3 unpaired electrons, which means they are going to make 3 covalent bonds, and the 4th bond will be covalent bond, and I'll explain that how. See, the electronic configuration for nitrogen was 2s2, 2p3. You've understood the process of the making of covalent bonds by the 2p electrons. Now, I was talking about 2s. See, nitrogen has 1. The number of valence electrons are 2 plus 3, 5, right? So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Similarly, this nitrogen 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? And in this molecule, you have got 4 oxygen atoms, right? So I'm going to draw this by black pen. So you've got your oxygens, and oxygen has 6 valence electrons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now see, nitrogen had 3 electrons in 2p, in which all of those 3 were unpaired. So they're going to make single covalent bonds, right? But what about this 2s subshell having 2 electrons? They're not going to participate in covalent bond formation. They can only be donated. How? See, 2s had 2 electrons and 2p had 3 electrons, and these 3 are unpaired. So we can share these electrons by oxygen's atoms. Suppose there is an oxygen atom like this. See, these 2 electrons are from the oxygen, and suppose this electron is from the nitrogen, right? So what actually happens is that nitrogen simply donates its 2 electrons to a electron deficient atom to make a 4th bond, which will be a coordinate bond. So what happens is that these 2 nitrogens make a single bond with each other. So suppose this thing is paired now. So now you've got left only 2 electrons of nitrogen, this and this one. So 1, 2 represent these 2 electrons. So these are going to make double bonds with oxygen. Similarly here also double bonds with oxygen. If you want to look at this thing, you had 2 electrons from nitrogen, and now these 2 electrons have paired with nitrogen's electrons. Now you have completed every part of the 2p electrons. Now you got left 2s electrons, which are these one. So nitrogen will simply donate these 2s electrons to the oxygen, because oxygen is still electron deficient. It had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 electrons, whereas it wanted to have 8 electrons. So nitrogen says, okay, I'm going to give it to you. So it donates its 2s electrons simply by the means of coordinate bond. And when nitrogen donates its lone pair, it will gain a positive charge, whereas oxygen, having gained electrons, will gain a negative charge. Similarly here also, nitrogen will gain a positive charge, and this oxygen will gain a negative charge. Okay, so this was the structure of N2O4, and overall the molecule is neutral, because you've got 2 positive charges, and to counter that you've got 2 negative charges as well. Okay, so your overall molecule will be neutral, right? So thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. If you have any doubts or questions regarding this video, comment down below, and I'll make sure to answer your queries. Thank you so much.